Hey, stop. Too much. Too much scrolling. You have been scrolling for too long. You've scrolled like a mile today. You haven't even walked that much in the past 3 days. Take a pause. Just take a minute. That's all it takes for you to, get on the path to taking more minutes without scrolling. Do you scroll with your finger like this or your thumb like this? One is much more elegant than the other. But either way, you gotta slow down with the scrolling. You've got to. You can't just expect the world to start delivering you better things until, maybe, hey, wild thought here, you let your phone scroll you. You go away and you come back a little better, a little freer with some more vitamin D in your system or something, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take some time to actually be with yourself and for yourself and by yourself, lest you become an idiot. You're not already an idiot, are you? It would be embarrassing if you were. You've got to stop. Stop with the scrolling. Stop it. Because the world is not more full of stuff than it used to be. The internet would have you believe that, that there's more news than there used to be, but there have always been puppies getting rescued and soldiers coming home and politicians doing cringe bad stuff. That's humanity, okay? That's humanity. We were doing that stuff before we could talk about it, and then we learned how to talk about it, and we got better and better at spreading the news about it, okay? That's how it happened. It's always been happening. You're not doing anything revolutionary right now by just sucking it all into your brain hole, and you would benefit from not putting it into your brain hole. And there's plenty of time to scroll, okay? There's plenty of time in the world, and you will scroll. Everyone's got to scroll a little bit, doomy or non-doomy. I get it. You can get back to scrolling later, maybe on Zocdoc, the sponsor of today's video. You can scroll there for as long as you want, because Zocdoc is a free website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. Sometimes I convince myself that my medical worries are just in my imagination and that I'm actually perpetually fine, but often I'm wrong, and it turns out that the best person to figure out whether or not you're really fine is a real doctor, and not just you vibe checking yourself. Especially as you get older, those little things that you used to ignore suddenly start feeling like red flags. A couple years ago, I looked at my arm and I thought there was some terrible alien species growing out of me, and I freaked out because who do you even go to for that? So I was Googling and Googling for hours. And if only I had Zocdoc then, I could have booked an appointment almost immediately and figured out much sooner. I had just run into a cactus at work and forgotten about it. I literally just needed a warm bath. Anyway, Zocdoc can help you find in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across nearly every specialty, from mental health to dental health, skincare to eye care, and much more. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, and who are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and who are highly rated by verified patients. You can also see their actual appointment openings, choose a time that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. It is so easy, an idiot can do it. Plus, Zocdoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even sometimes score same-day appointments without talking to anyone. Just book with a couple clicks. So stop freaking out by yourself and go to Zocdoc.com/sleepy, also linked in the description, to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Thanks again to Zocdoc for sponsoring. Now let's get back to the video. Scroll on Pinterest, scroll on Zocdoc, scroll on Blue Sky. I don't care. There's so many places to doom scroll, but just right now, just stop. Because you don't need to. You've been scrolling. That's how you got here. I know that you got here by scrolling. So that's enough. Okay, if you're here, you've scrolled enough. I can promise you that. So just maybe try to focus. Just see what happens when you put your hands behind your back and force yourself to consume something slowly. Just one thing. I bet you can predict my sentences, can't you? You can predict them, cantaloupe. You can predict them, and you're feeling all high and mighty, because what could this video possibly hold for you? Maybe you need to watch a Jubilee 1 dog versus 20 gorillas episode. Oh gosh, the suspense. You don't need to watch that. Trust me. You don't. You actually don't. And maybe, just maybe, instead of trying to find the content that will give you the most something, entertainment, information, whatever, maybe you could try having the mindset of, how much entertainment can I squeeze out of this video? How much inspiration can I squeeze out of this video? Even if I, the creator, am not actually, providing very much, if you're a smart person, you're going to be able to get a lot out of this. You know what I mean? You gotta do some of the work. And doom scrolling, it makes you forget how to do the work of a consumer. How to, use the thinky parts of your brain. It turns you into an idiot. It does. I'm looking at you right now and you look like an idiot. That's what Schopenhauer said too. Schopenhauer said that reading is like using someone else's brain to think instead of thinking with your own brain. Whenever I was in college and one of my crushes told me that I was reminding him of Schopenhauer, I knew I needed to change. You are acting kind of Schopenhauer-ish, okay? You're very sad. You're acting very sad and very full of doom. It's stupid. No one's favorite philosopher is Schopenhauer. You don't want to be like Schopenhauer. So stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. Stop reminding yourself all of the reasons why the world is insufficient to bring you joy, and maybe bring some joy into someone else's world for once, okay? I know it sounds freaking Christian. Sometimes Jesus said some cool things. You know what I mean? Admit it. Admit to yourself that you would be better if you were more like Jesus. Yeah, good. Good. You know it. It doesn't even matter what religion you are. You can be flying spaghetti monster religion person. You know it to be true. Would Jesus be doom scrolling right now? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. He'd probably be on a walk in the fields. He'd probably be in the garden praying about everyone doom scrolling. let's do a little challenge for you, okay? A little exercise. I want you to remember your 2 happiest memories of your entire life. And I'm doing 2 to give us some lenience, some leeway here, to heighten the odds in your favor as the person who is idiotically insisting on doom scrolling. Think of your 2 favorite memories. Got them in your head? 1 memory, 2 memory, 1 memory, 2 memory, 1 memory, 2 memory, 1, 2, 1, 2. Do you have it in your head? Okay, now on your phone, on your computer, whatever your device is, scroll through 5 things, posts, whatever they are, tweets, I don't care. Do any of those things give you even a smidgen of the joy that you tasted when you remembered those 2 favorite memories? A smidgen of that joy? Or did they just kind of elicit excitement / rage? What did you really get from that? Not much. So stop scrolling. Stop it. Stop it. Don't scroll. It's too much. It's too much scrolling happening right now. And you need to stop the scrolly-moly. You need to stop the scrolly-moly. It is too much of this scrolly-moly. It is too much of this scrolly-moly. You need to stop the scrolly-moly. Because if you just scroll all the time, you're going to forget how to do fun accents. You're going to forget how to, wiggle like a weasel just for fun around your friends spontaneously. All you're going to be able to do is TikTok dances and YouTube trends and quote vines from 2001. Okay? All you're going to be able to do is quote BuzzFeed quizzes from 1920. I'm not joking. It'll turn you into an idiot. There's so many idiots. We're surrounded by them. We need to stop encouraging the idiocy of ourselves and others. We need to be inspired by the world and, generating thoughts by ourselves. How many times have you directly quoted, stuff you saw on the internet in the past week? That's too much. Too many times. Whatever number you said. Too many times. Too many times. And we don't have to go straight into, waterfall meditating, You could maybe try reading a book instead. Even watching a movie, slightly lower the pace of entertainment blasting itself into your noggin. Just lower the pace. Watch a movie. Read a book. Listen to a song on repeat. One song all day. Sink into the depths of that song. Listen to it deeply, rather than listening to music widely. And then eventually, guess what? You'll be able to sit in silence, doing nothing. Doing nothing at all. And when you're doing nothing, you will actually be able to perceive what you need. What you actually need, whether that's a walk or a cookie or a hug. When you are truly comfortable with your own head in the silence, that's when your body's signals can't be perverted by algorithms. Because if you're just watching people go on walks all day, or eat cookies all day, or get hugs all day, guess what? Your wires are crossing. You're just a worm. You're just a tube. You're just a tube that things go in and come out of. And our brains are pretty stupid, and the wires cross when we get presented stuff through our eye holes and ear holes. We're a stupid tube. But we can become smarter tubes, or at least more independently thinking tubes, whenever we decrease the stimulation. I know they call it doom scrolling because it's like scrolling through a lot of depressing, rage bait content, but I want you to think of it every time that you catch yourself doom scrolling as scrolling towards your doom, okay? Scrolling towards your doom. Your doom, not the world's, because the world is going to live longer than you. Probably this country is going to be around for longer than you are in some shape or form. You are the person that you gotta worry about. And I'm not saying to completely detach, you gotta have some feet on the world, some ears on the ground, I get it. Scroll later on Zocdoc. Scroll later anywhere you want. But you don't have to do it all day, and you don't have to do it all the time. And you have to listen to your own self, to your own brain, when you're not being bombarded by so much content that is directly designed to fuck up your body's own messages to itself. Do you understand? There are things that your body and soul wants and needs, and it's being drowned out by this and this and this and this and this. Idiot. So you gotta stop with all that. Okay? If you want, we can sit in some silence together right now, and I'll just play with your hair for a little while until it's time for you to go to sleep. And maybe you can see what you think about. Just like experience where your mind goes and let it go there. And maybe at first it'll be like, oh my gosh, I wish I could check my replies on that thing that I posted. And just let yourself think that, and then don't check. That's okay. Remember when you could only check stuff when the internet was good? Now the internet's always good. It's horrible. Just imagine that the internet's not good right now. Don't think about how I'm on the internet. I know it doesn't make sense. Just don't check anything. And let yourself think about what you want to check. And then let those thoughts fade away. And maybe, scratchy, scratchy, call me. Scratchy, scratchy, call me. You'll stop having such dumb little sheepy idiot thoughts. And you'll think of something original. Who knows? Maybe you'll write a song. Can you imagine doing something productive? Oh my god. Scratchy, scratchy, call me. Scratchy, scratchy, call me. Scratchy, scratchy, call me. Scratchy, scratchy, call me. Sit in the silence. Scratchy, scratchy, call me. 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 Scratchy, 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 call me. Scratchy, 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 call me. Scratchy, 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 call me. Scratchy, thought? Do you have a thought? Okay, well, we'll work on it, okay? We'll work on it. Eventually, you'll think of something. I promise. One day, you'll have a thought. But if you want to have a thought one day, you gotta stop doom scrolling. For real. For real. Just scroll when it makes sense to scroll, and not otherwise. And only you know what that line is for you. But there's a line, and you've passed it, so let's walk it back. Okay, okay, okay. Good. Good job. You've taken the first step to stopping doom scrolling, which is admitting you have a problem. Idiot.